this morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We'll fight, dark age, Ragnarok, shall fall. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok, finger up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello everyone and welcome to Valhalla Esports. We're here with some week 3 action. We're going to be streaming NRO against the Rolling Stoners. We had a pretty close vote in general, so potentially if we have more time to get streams out later this week, we can stream some more of those games we had voting on. Joined tonight by Mont Blanc. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Good to hear, good to hear. And we're going to jump in. Draft number 1.
Yeah, a lot of powerful video gamers.
Is it muted?
It wasn't.
You're
it
fine.
wasn't in the opening.
You're
it
fine.
wasn't in the opening.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me on the stream now, Beard? Okay. Well, you can hear me now, and that's what's important. I just ran through the names, so you could read them. You guys are smart, I believe in you. But yeah, here was the draft for game number 1. We had NRO on blue side, Rolling Stoners on the red side. Looking like Night Raid wanted to take out Vigar, Zek, and Thresh. Stoners took out Silas, Lilia, and Zeri. Big man of the Silas, Mabra likes that in the mid lane a lot. And then first pick of the Khan, answered by the Emilio Aphelios. If you can run that Aphelios and have the Emilio just give you a bunch of attack range, it's a pretty good combo. Then the pick up Sejuani and Kaisa to round out the first 3 picks for Night Raid, and a Mumu for Rolling Stoners. Then they took out Malfin Lux on the side of Night Raid. Thank you, Jawagger, for the Prime sub. We appreciate it. Use it to avoid any pesky ads that'll pop up. And the Stoners banned away Yon and Ari. Night Raid then. Well, actually, Stoners then grabbed Galio. Oh yeah, I love you for 30 days. Don't even worry about it. Every time you subscribe, I promise to love you for 30 days at least.
Yeah.
Stoners grabbed Galio, a nice global ultimate for that mid lane. And then Night Raid grabbed Fiora and Tom Kench. I saw this in one of their preseason games when they were doing scrims, the Tom Kench mid. So we'll be interested to see how it goes this game. And then we got Gragas to round out the comp for the Stoners. How you feeling about these drafts, Mont Blanc?
Night Raid's Owls draft is definitely like a very like standard, like straight up draft. The interesting part about the Rolling Stoners draft is they have Gumayusi on Aphelios, and that's their only carry. So the Aphelios is definitely gonna have to get ahead. He's gonna be a good spot, I think, for Rolling Stoners to win this game, but that happens, it definitely is set up to make it happen. My only problem is like Aphelios Mylio is not the most like it's not gonna be a lane that secures the Aphelios a lot of advantages for sure, and especially laning into Recon. Everyone else gets to pick when they fight basically all the time. So it's a little concerning, especially with like having Sejuani jungle around like the level 6 area or whatever. It's gonna be very difficult for that bot lane to get away from the gank. So Rise definitely needs like a cleanse this game for sure. Probably on top of Malio's just to stay safe, stay alive. And I do think the Tom Kench picking the Galio is gonna go Kench's way like pretty heavily. So
Yeah, I know he had a good time with it when they did their scrim. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, they have a lot of setup to protect Aphelios, but I agree they need to get him very big. We'll see how Kithu does on the Sejuani pick. Looking for a bunch of big ultimates there. And we've seen on other games when Evbot has the Gragas, that champion can pop off and be a pretty hard carry as well. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll
this is
roll on
Gragas
into
top.
game number 1.
This is Gragas top, right? Yeah.
Yes, should be. Yep. Think we'll see any invades, or they're just gonna set up standardly?
Probably just gonna be standard lanes, just because I like what's the team name? I'm sorry. Team name right side or red side team name. Rolling Stoners they want a like straight up like no messy games. Their team comp is gonna thrive more in like the more organized structure. So they probably don't want to inject some coin flipping into the game.
Right. And this match is one of the matches that was between two teams that were 2-0 coming this week, so both teams trying to fight to stay undefeated.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, the Fiora is going to beat the Gragas eventually. I do. Is this pre-nerf Gragas or post-nerf? Any idea?
It was on the patch we're on currently.
Okay, I think that's post-nerf.
So
So
unless if they're planning it, it would be post nerf.
yeah. So with the passive being a longer cooldown, it definitely
Yeah,
the
bunkers
sustain
the
will be
post
worse,
nerf.
but they reduce the mana cost of the cask, so the Gragas has a lot more harassment opportunity also. So as much as Fiora is probably gonna win once she gets like Sunder or one item, I think getting there is going to be hard. Not impossible, just the trading is definitely going to be in the Gragas' favor, I think.
You see there the fun it is to lane into Gragas where you just get body slammed and essentially uninteractive trades. Fiora can get some good poke down with the Q. If Gragas can interrupt as the Q goes off, that's really huge.
Yeah.
But yep, just probably a bunch of farming up here. Like you said, Fiora wants Sunder before she's really scary, and Gragas just looking to scale as well, really.
The Mockingbird gets some
Galio's pushing Tom Kench some, getting some trade back on himself though. This lane's kind of funny top where Fiora dashes in and then Gragas dashes on top of her and bonks her.
Yeah. I do think Perry will change it a
gank in
little
the
bit.
mid lane, a nice knock up, gets the triple sack on the Tom Kench passive. Q was not up though, so Galio gets away with the flash.
Yeah. Also some really good synergy on the mid heroes, just having two melee thing, and Tom Kench able to slow up the Galio and set up the Sejuani really well. So
Yeah,
very scary mid jungle duo for.
I forget which game, but I believe there was a game week 2 where there was a Sejuani jungle with 4 ranged champions. So it definitely felt good to be Sejuani that game.
Yeah, a really good Sejuani game.
And then
Man,
here,
sometimes you would rather. Oh,
bot lane, they're just kind of farming it out currently. Not too much poke going back and forth so far. Mumu is looking top side. Sejuani's around, so we might get a 2v2 or a 3v2.
it is interesting to see both junglers pathing toward top, especially with like I feel like how important this bottom lane is to swing the team matchup. But I don't think it's very difficult for Rakan to get on them with the ultra mega fire kick from from Vylea. So not the weirdest thing in the world, but
I like the name, the Ultra Mega Fire Kick. Sedge got the top rift, now it's picking up her blue buff, so I'm just picking up the bottom Scuttle Crab. But it looks like the bot lane is now pushing for his team, so looking for potential gank mid. A nice jump in for Kong, gets a double knockup, but still just basically Otto's going back and forth. Mubu is ganking the Tom Kench, gets the stun, gets the taunt, gets the Q down. He's trying to use the shield to survive flashes, but the Mumu will flash follow and pick up the first blood onto Tom Kench.
nice try by Marlborough to survive there, but French jungler wins out as usual.
Yep, good timing there from Cladan, picking up
For sure.
a good kill. And burning the summoners of Mabra. Does TP back the lane, so shouldn't lose too much off of it.
And I actually am glad that Cladan got the kill. I don't think this amounts to anything. Just like some good trading. You missed the fire kick though. But Amuma getting like some like maybe more AP or going to Demonic Embrace definitely can help out the Aphelios. He's definitely the character on the team that can benefit the most from getting kills other than Aphelios. So
yeah,
definitely something
ahead,
to look out for. Yeah.
Definitely helps him get into the game. And anytime you can get that AP or just early items on Mui helps speed up his clear as well, so it just makes him even stronger going into the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, more dashing each other. You see now at level 5, Gragas gets a way better deal on these trades when they Q and body slam.
Yeah, the barrel roll is just a lot. Especially once you have the tier, you can just kind of spam it out and not get punished at all.
Yep, and he has so much built-in sustain. Just when you spam abilities, he gets some health back as well. So
yeah, it was kind of weird of them to reduce the barrel roll's mana cost while nerfing the passive, but you know, they'll figure it out eventually, maybe.
Riot
Or they
Balance
won't.
has plans. We just don't always know what they are. Oh, there's a good weight on the body slam, avoids the riposte, but does ult to counter the Fiora ultimate, so both ults down in the top lane.
It was a good job by Bonkers to disengage that fight or whatever. It just looked very disrespectful for sure.
Oh, a nice flash in. Doesn't get the final auto. Wasn't quite enough with the empowered hit. So
Unfortunately, it looked like Bonkers
will
was
have to back.
he was short on mana for the full burst combo there.
Right. Kid be up here, trying to hold the wave, pick up some farm. Trying to beat up on the Gragas while he has no mana. So Mumu is now around, but Kid does not overchase. And Bonkers will look for a back. Oh, looking like Galio might be looking for an ult in this bot wave if they can jump in. Looking like Night Raid's bot lane did back off, so just dropping a ward on Dragon.
This game state is also just very good for the Rolling Stoners team comp. This is kind of what they want to happen. They don't want any dragons to be taken. They just kind of want to chill. But I think this is a very good game for Kaisa to go. Slide up straight at Dirk. Actually, I think this is a very good because, like I was saying in the Champs League angle, once you get like level 6 and have a Dirk or whatever, I think it's pretty easy to burst down this Aphelios with like Sejuani assistance. So
Right. Yep, good for that. Kaisassin.
Yep.
Here Rakan goes for the ultimate, gets the knockup onto the Aphelios, flash out and exhaust on Aphelios. He is living with the shield and gets a Galio for good measure.
The celebration ult from Booster Sandwich there. Just excited. Just happy to see his AD carry alive.
A good engage there by Bison, forcing out all the summoners of the enemy bot lane while using the heal and exhaust on their side. We got fights going back and forth mid and top. Tom Kench gets the 3 stacks and ultimate onto Galio, but Galio will walk away after he comes out. Mumu came for the counter gank bot, but now is getting 3v1'd and is taken down by Nithros. And Emilio trying to help, now is running away. Galio trying to pick up the low Kaisa, flashes Qs but misses. And might fall for trying to pick up the kill. Oh, is protected by Emilio, so will get out, but did not pick up the big 50 health Kaisa.
Nithros played that really well, playing in the Dragon Pit and also not auto-attacking the dragon. Like,
Right.
I feel like a lot of people would have.
That was one where Galio needed to aim the Q to try to hit Nithros and the dragon, so if he missed the dragon, could have killed her. Oh, there's a Gragas ultimate. Thought Fiora was going to look for the kill.
Also a celebration ultimate there, pretty sure.
Yeah, he was celebrating. You saw the dancing right afterwards.
Yeah. He's just vibing. Yeah.
Straight vibing.
I like to believe that the Rolling Stoners are all just like high as fuck and also smoking while they're playing, so
Oh, we need like Boosted, Beard, Modlock, a couple other people who smoke a bunch on the team.
We need a live look-in on the team, actually, I think.
We need them to have face cams for the games from now on.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, some action going on, but still just 1-1 in the kills, so pretty clean game so far for both teams.
Yeah, looks like both teams just kind of going even. Obviously, Kaisa getting that early kill, pretty good. We like that, and if the Kaisa gets another 1 or 2 kills, I don't think that Aphelios is going to be able to farm, which obviously will be problematic. Because, like I said, the Rakan in this lane has all of the agency, and even in the game or whatever, it is unless the Amumu's like ulting the Rakan, it is very difficult for that Amumu to stop the Rakan advantage. So
yeah,
it is something interesting to see because
Mumu going for the risk scuttle, does pick it up with Smite, but is now in a 2v1 against Sejuani and Fiora. The ultimate hits from Sejuani. The Gragas ultimate though disengages, flash engage from Fiora picks up the kill. Good pick on the Mii jungler, now they're looking for the Rift Herald.
it's a really good pickup for Mockingbird too. Actually, can help him scale up in this lane a little faster, kind of accelerate it to the winning point of the lane for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're Fiora and you get a kill, you're always happy.
Yeah. Usually doesn't mean much for your like immediate power. It just accelerates you to the point where you start winning a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's like you said, she's all about getting Divine Thunder, especially in a bruiser or tank matchup where you just want to be able to chunk them out with every Q. It's either all about hitting all your procs or just getting your item spikes.
Yeah, and the Tiamat will obviously also help a lot because the Fiora will be able to push back into the Gragas and punish him for leaving.
Oh yeah, for sure. So far, kind of letting the Fiora push into him right now, but I'm moving on the bot side, so Mockingbird pretty safe.
It's kind of unfortunate for Bonkers that he's kind of missing some of these casts, or the Rolling Barrel. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. But that harass is really, really important to the state of the lane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think it's like he's letting her push. I don't think he gets to choose unless he's.
Oh, and a nice riposte there. That time did block the body slam from Gragas. It also walked away from the ultimate, but Gragas is still able to get back under tower. Not able to pick up the kill yet for Fiora. Here we see Galio getting jumped on by Sedge and Tom Kench getting permafrosted, but Mumu and Emilio are here to help protect their mid laner.
We're kind of seeing the problem where like the Rolling Stoners are trying to go for plays or like catch rotations, because that was like a good catch on the what was it? So 20? I can't remember who they were trying to kill, but they were trying to catch somebody in rotation top, and they were just like wasn't damage on this top side at all.
Right. Yeah, I think Booster was looking for the rotate, and it was the
Oh, he was getting caught. Right.
Sedge and
Yeah.
Tom Kent's trying to jump on him, so a lot of CC, but low damage.
Yeah.
Khan's waiting in the wings, letting the enemy bot lane push in. Oh, Sejuani's grabbing the scuttle. Might look for a gank mid or top after. Looking like Sejuani's in for the top lane, but Fiora is not there currently.
Yeah.
Little miscommunication.
Yeah.
But Mumu coming in from mid, hits the Q on Tom Kench, gets the ultimate down, Justice Punch into the taunt, into another Q, you CC'd for 10 days and you're dead. Oh, Kid Boo diving bonkers, flashes back in after catch pushes him away, but picks up the kill on the enemy top laner, giving some free plates, or plates are down, but free pressure onto the Fiora.
Free turret, I was about to say. Well, not free. It costs the Herald.
Here comes the Mumu to save the tower. And it looks like the Kai'Sa's been poked out some in the bot lane. Got the sniper gun on Aphelios, so getting that poke power out. Especially with the increased range from the little bouncing ball following him.
Beeson can land a W here. I think they have enough to kill the Aphelios, because Kai'Sa still has ult and heal, so can definitely get in there and get the damage down.
Yeah, if he gets a good engage, definitely could blow him up. But looking like they're going for the back, and Nithros will farm up this wave, potentially look for their own back as well. It's red, we're back, Dragon is up on the map, so we'll see if either team decides to prioritize that objective. Looking like ping's coming down from the Rolling Stoners, so they're thinking about it. There's a pink ward on it from Night Raid Owls. Good block on the damage, but gets knocked up still by the body slam.
And Gragas has the Everfrost now, so could potentially look for a lethal, and this is probably his last opportunity to do so, because Hockeybird's only 700 away from that Thunder, so.
We've got the bot lane and jungler of Rolling Stoners near the dragon. They are spotted out, so we'll see if there's a fight over this objective or not. Looking like Night Raid Owls are rotating for it. They're a little split, half of them on the bot side, half of them on the top side. And Rolling Stoners do pick up the dragon, Sejuani jumps in. And then TP coming in from both Fiora and Gragas. This will be a total 5v5. Galio comes in, gets 3-man knockup. Mumu gets stunned down. Hasn't ulted yet. Doesn't have it. The Sejuani ult gets a double kill for Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa gets the triple onto a Mumu. Ults in onto the Galio. Trying to burn him down. The punch hits the Kai'Sa, so he will not be able to jump out to safety. Quadra kill onto Nithros, just a huge swing in gold for this ADC. And tries to W to pick up another, but looks like it didn't hit Milio.
The Amumu did ult in the fight. He was trying to stop the backline from walking forward, and he did so successfully, but at the cost of his own life. So.
Gotcha. Missed it. Yeah. But a huge fight there for Night Raid Owls. Have a very fed AD carry now, so basically just want to play their front to back team comp. They've got 2 big tanks and a very fed Kai'Sa to deal out that damage.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with this Kai'Sa getting ahead. Because the vice versa is like Rolling Stones kind of wants to play front to back, but that's also what the Night Raid Owls want. So it's going to be a difficult dynamic because they're going to have to kill this Kai'Sa first every fight now, and that is going to be a difficult task, I think.
Yeah, it's the game plan of either find the Amumu Q into ult and the Galio ult so you can CC her long enough to die, or you're gonna have a bad time in team fights.
Yep. Also, like, because I don't think the Kai'Sa dies unless the Philios like walks up and hit her. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and the Philios is going to be punished for that every time against this composition. But frontline from Night Raid Elves is actually like pretty mobile, so pretty easy for them to punish the Aphelios. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what really happened to right.
Oh, here
They
we're
did
getting a
engage
3v2
the
in
mid.
the mid lane. The ultimate goes down on Aphelios, almost falls to the Kai'Sa. Actually does fall to the Tom Kench damage. Now, Amumu's running out. A good quick pick there on the Aphelios.
I used to try to want some more. Says my Aphelios is dead. I'll do all the damage. Thank you.
I'm the carry now.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of interesting that
Also
Lucia
Rip
decided to go more of a tank build this game, but they're, like I said, the comp is just very much lacking in damage. So anything to kind of help burst out one person and get that first skill, get that man advantage in this comp would have been very important. The Mumu also went the Monk Race just first, so kind of seeing the need for more damage, but.
Here we got the Rift drop going top, and Sejuani permafrosting the Gragas. Gragas will use the ultimate to try and disengage, but we've now got 4 of the enemy champions top, the Tom Kench bottom, but trying to stop the Rift Herald, but his charge will land. Now, looking for a catch as the Mumu and Aphelios rotated through the jungle. Did not find it though. Knockup punch taunt onto the Tom Kench, but it's done the lick taunt to follow, and they do a little bit of damage to each other.
Excellent mechanics by Barbara there to stand still and auto attack. Excellent mechanics.
Mabra did go the Rod of Ages on Tom Kench. Haven't really done the Tom Kench AP build too much, so not sure if that's usual or not.
I just assume it's more damage, less tankiness, but could be wrong.
Here we see, if you are looking for an ultimate but now realizes there is the entire enemy team and gets out with the blast plant, but the ultimate from Bonkers keeps her in the Baron pit and Baron picks up the kill for him. Now it looks like they have 5 men here, so they're gonna try to just rush it down.
This is terrifying.
Kai'Sa is in the area, and Sejuani's on the way. Mobrad does not have teleport though, so it'd be 5v3, but Baron damage is doing a lot to the side of the Rolling Stoners. Get the ultimate in from Rakan, taunting up the enemy team. Galio ults, but doesn't knock up any of the 3 enemies, and now Rakan and Sejuani are trying to stand in front of Kai'Sa to deal damage. But the taunt looks like it landed on Kai'Sa. Kid Buu will fall, but so will Galio. But then Kai'Sa barely missed by that Aphelios shot, but they do take the fight.
A great ultimate from Nithros to stay alive there. Saving his 1k bounty from the Aphelios, which is
if that had gone
pretty
over,
key,
that
I would say. Yeah, pretty key, I would say.
Pretty good.
Yeah, just took the years for the Kai'Sa to deal the damage to the Gallia, so that was very good for them. They did have a man advantage and kind of had the positional advantage as well, so it's not shocking to see Night Raid Owls lose that.
Right. Here, Rolling Stoners are trying to pick up the dragon quickly, but Night Raid Owls shows up in time and do pick it up from themselves. Now it's 1 dragon apiece.
It was interesting the Nithros went Rage Blade with no on hits. I'm just kind of surprised to see the build order, but I am not super familiar with Kai'Sa's build right now, so.
He's planning to get those on hits a little later, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
Could
he's
just
building
be
for
what the kids are doing.
Nashers.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit
I
of
don't know.
pressure here on this mid tower. Have it pretty close to dead for Night Raid Owls. Fewer is splitting top lane.
I don't know if you've ever tried Kaisa top, but
No, I haven't.
Nashor's Tooth in general just feels really good to build in Kaisa because almost always you get 2 evolves instead of just completing it. So
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
it's a feels good, man.
Now we got Tom Kent and Sejuani here in the bot lane. Got Khan kind of hanging out in the enemy topside jungle. And Galio able to hold them off so far, just wave clearing.
And Kid Boot elected going to go for full support Sejuani here. Actually. I actually like the redemption a lot. Not so sure about this Radiant Virtue item. I don't know how good it is anymore, but the redemption for sure will offer a lot of value because Rolling Stoner's team comp obviously just like they're a bunch of meatballs that stack a lot, and just giving like 15% health, I think, or something like that, some number similar to that, to more health to your team is against a matchup where damage is kind of low is definitely a very effective purchase.
Right.
Redemption by health.
Mockingbird going in on bunkers, gets a chunk on him down to about half health.
Redemption by itself is very costly.
Well, Mitch is kind of getting pushed back and forth between the 2 bot lanes. But Galio's walking towards the top, hoping they can find a pick on this viewer. Khan's still hanging out kind of between mid and top. Tom Kench now pushing bottom. Galio jumps at the Rakan, but he does get out with the jump.
Good awareness by Mockingbird to step forward and let the Rakan eat through.
For sure. Now Tom Kench has the wave crashing bot, so they're gonna have to send someone down there for the Rolling Stoners to avoid losing tower. Looks like they're sending Galio to clear the wave. Or reset, so we're getting ready to split push that top lane once again.
Yeah,
kind of far ahead. Can jump the walls to get out, but a little deep in the enemy jungle as a support on your own, but just clearing up all this vision nicely.
Well, it's interesting to see that Tom Kench building more damage. Is that going for demonic embrace?
Looking like it, yeah. It's just he wants all the AP on Tom Kench.
Yeah.
I do believe it makes the ult do a pretty good amount of damage along with your tongue lash.
Yeah.
It means it'll be squishier.
Yeah.
in
Demonic
a
embrace
low
very
damage
good
situation, not bad.
Yeah, and just there's a lot of health obviously on the other side, so
Right.
the damage is going to be pretty effective, I think. I don't know how many items this Aphelios needs to actually be able to carry this game. It's looking like a 7-item Aphelios probably carries this game.
We got
I say
side
that
lanes
meaning
pushing,
it'll never happen.
and Kaisa jumping in the butt is trying to see if Boosted would come forward. He was staying under tower, so no fight happens there. Dragon does come up in 30 seconds. That might be the next objective for NRO.
Yeah, Nithros did end up completing
Nice
this.
knock up into a double knock up onto the Galio here. Trying to get burned down by the Kaisa. It gets ulted and he flashes out from Tom Kench. Good job forcing that summoner spell.
Good try for NRO, but unfortunately he is the character that has the easiest time getting to the fight, so
He is. And he is a very tanky
they
boy.
They can't really force anything off that catch, unfortunately.
Looking like Rolling Stoners are hovering Baron side. They're just giving the dragon, want to get this vision back to make sure they don't also lose Baron. Tom Kench actually teleports up to the top tower to catch a wave. Now Galio's rejoining the team from mid lane. There is an ultimate that lands onto the Rakan, gets reposted by the Fiora, but Rakan does fall to the Aphelios. The Amuma ult comes in stun too, and they are starting to burn down to this damage. Meanwhile, top lane, the two beefy boys are fighting once again. But a well-played fight there from Rolling Stoners. Let the enemy team come to them and got a good counter ultimate from Galio. Fiora jumps in, was looking for it, but gets taunted by the Galio. Does pick up the kill onto him and will not fall, but Kaisa burns down the Aphelios as well, and Gragas picks up Sejuani on the side. Then ulting in, Nitros takes out the Amumu, gets ulted by Gragas, the knockup comes in from Tom Kench, picks up a triple kill, tries the W for the Quadra, but does not land. Looking like they'll burn down this mid tower and look for Baron.
That fight was very amusing because the Aphelios was just kind of getting a free hit for a while, and Nitros was like, "Wait a minute, I can just walk up and hit the Aphelios.
I can do damage too."
Yeah, so he just like 3-tapped the Aphelios, and then the fight was won after that.
Right.
Good awareness by him to just keep chasing.
Yeah, it was looking great until he got melted instantly.
Yeah. Kaisa got to touch him with her claws, so unfortunate for
Baron.
Ryza Dust.
These resets coming in, Fiora's still looking tough. Hopefully won't get picked off as the rest of her team resets. Does pick up that tier 2 tower, gets a nice 600 gold in her pocket, and counter jungling some. All of a sudden, the bot lane mid once again. Looks like Nitros is now resetting, and Tom Kench bot to keep up the pressure in all 3 lanes.
It is interesting to see this. Mockingbird is moving to most of the fights and isn't really trying to hard force the side lane, but maybe the wave clear from Gragas is just good enough that she can't really force the issue with the turrets.
Right.
It is kind of sad for Bonkers just being on wave clear duty the whole game. It feels like, but it looks like he's been getting pretty active, getting some paper in fights for sure. Yeah. Dragons in 2 minutes, gonna be soul point I think for Night Raid Owls. Yeah. Ocean Soul probably not the best here, but it still is probably pretty unbeatable.
I mean, when you're against basically a one carry team, if you're fighting any other members, the Ocean Soul's nice because it'll just keep you topped off if there's any little bit of poke.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, not the best soul, but any soul you'll take if you get it really.
We'll take it. Yeah.
Post there from Fiora escaping the gank attempt from Amumu. While they're pressuring the mid lane into the Aphelios, who's on his own. They will drop the tower.
This is a difficult bush to break. I'd say the waves are kind of mistimed, but
a little bit mistimed, but they're far enough ahead. Doesn't really matter too much to them.
Yeah, and
dodge on the taunt right there. The top tower will also fall. Now the mid inhibitor is getting pressured as Tom Kench crashes the bot wave. Now Fiora's just jumping on the Galio. Does get taunted, but will Joe straight back onto the inhib and walk away. Now the bot lane tower has fallen, so they lose the mid inhib and lose every other turret except for their 2 Nexus turrets.
Baron's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, very good Baron push, and just not being able to respond with this pretty huge gold deficit on the side of Rolling Stoners.
Yeah, and if the Aphelios is not there, they can't fight, so Aphelios is just kind of getting pulled around the map. Night Raid Owl's doing a great job pressuring where the Aphelios wasn't, so good on them. Big payout from the Baron push. Yeah,
So
pick
as
up
you had
this easy
mentioned
draft.
earlier from the draft, Fiora late game, they don't really have a character who wants to 1v1 her in the side lanes, so it's making the split lane pretty tough on them. Now they got the third dragon on the side of NRO, so they're ready for soul point if it gets there. Q's on the shore, she does flash away from continuing to engage. Now Sejuani's jumping in, Rakan jumps in with the ultimate. The Night Raid is trying to run him down, but just getting walked away from. Oh, and the flash kill from Rise of Dusk picks up Beeson.
It was a good fight for them. Unfortunately, they only pick up the single kill at the cost of Rise of Dusk. Well, Rise of Dusk didn't flash. That was Gale Force, I guess.
Oh, yes, you're right. Gale Force. Showing they have a lot where they can peel back whenever they're trying to get engaged on. Unfortunately, without the towers, if you run back far enough, now you're losing the inhibs once again.
Yeah, you don't want to sack your Nexus to keep yourself alive, unfortunately.
Sejuani once again looking for the jump in. Fiora jumps into the enemy team. Nitros is dealing out tons of damage behind his front line. Philius trying to answer back, but getting run at by Nitros does get picked up by the Q. And now without the ADC, they should be able to burn down these last towers and take this game one. Both Nexus towers fall. A nice flash, triple knockup from the Gragas, but does not knock up the Kaisa, so will fall to Fiora. Now, flashing into the Nexus, gets the kill on the Comken. Nice two-man ultimate, but the Nexus will fall. Well played game 1 to Night Raid Owls.
Yeah, it was a well played game for sure. It's just a very difficult game for Rise of Dusk. Had to kind of play out of his mind to win that one. Unfortunately, didn't really get the advantages early to snowball ahead. So just very difficult game to play from the draft. They only had one option, and it didn't really work out. So, well, hopefully they come at it from another angle in the next one.
For sure. That's Mont Blanc. You got Mont Blanc and Hailstorm here. We good. We good. Yeah, definitely that one bot lane play where Nitros got incredibly fed. Definitely kind of made this game very hard for the side of Rolling Stoners, so we'll see how they adjust their draft in game 2.
For sure.
You need help? Nah, man, we good. You need help, TJ? But we will jump into this draft number 2.
TJ just wants to hang out with me. He likes me.
Apparently.
Smile. Sorry, I like TJ too, so.
Here, looks like Night Raid took blue side, Rolling Stoners took red side. Fat boy, smooth. Night Raid took out the Zac, Thresh, and Vigar. Stoners took out Lilia, Zeri, and Silas. I was blanking. And then Night Raid picks up the Milio for themselves. And the answer is the Blitzcrank Ezreal for the bot lane of the Stoners. They grab that Wukong for Kid Buu and the Lucian as ADC. And then Stoners pick up the Rammus. DMX Cladan is allowed to play his Rammus. Is this a first? I think it's been banned from him most games. Then round 2 bans, they take out the Fiora Ari on the side of the Stoners, Malphite Lux from Night Raid, and then Annie's picked up for the Stoners for mid, Corky Aatrox picked up before Night Raid, and a Mumu to round off the Stoners comp. Actually, that's the Rammus top lane.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was
Alright,
just.
alright.
Literally turned my head sideways and figured it out. You know. sometimes
I like
that's
it.
the
I like
kind
it.
of you need a different angle. You know
We've
what I'm
got the
saying?
spicy picks coming out.
Yeah, for sure. Un Unfortunately for Night Red Owls, this is gonna be a difficult game for Lucian. He's got a
Yeah.
lot of things to dodge, a lot of things that because he could like never shoot the Rammus. Basically, I don't. If defensive ball curled up, the Rammus is invincible against Lucian. So
Yeah, it's also short range into an Annie who can ult him a Mumu with a
yeah,
bunch of stuns. So
I don't see who Lucian is killing here. He definitely can get some culling damage down, which could matter for the other members because the culling plus like Corky bombs could lead to a easy kill or definitely forcing somebody out of a fight doing like 90% before the fight even starts. So be interesting to see how Night Raid Owls play it. It's definitely a interesting comp. I think the chip damage from the Lucian and Corky are going to be how they're going to win the fights. And then looking for the all-in after. So
yeah,
it'll be
should be a
interesting.
fun one.
Yeah.
Let's
But
roll on into
definitely
this game too.
a harder game for Night Raid Owls, a harder comp for Night Raid Owls to execute.
Yeah,
Rolling Stoner's comp is very simple. It does
both
exactly what it says it's going to do.
both teams do have more spread out damage this time, so not quite all on the ADCs this game.
Yeah, for sure. I do think if this Corky pick can if the game goes long and this Corky pick gets online, it's going to be very difficult for the Rolling Stoners to deal with because every champion is outranged and outdamaged for the
Looking like
most part.
the Rolling Stoners are looking for a invade in the bot side. We'll see if the Lucian and Emilio catch them out. They did drop that ward, so they should be safe.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Keyword being should, you gotta also be paying attention.
That's true.
Here they pick up the ward kill on the Rammus. It's very nice as a solo laner. If you get the ward kill, you get enough XP where you get level 2 off the first wave instead of the first wave in one minion.
Yeah, and they talk about Rammus's level 2 power spike, so
It's
it'll
true.
be insane.
Actually, since they've given him the attack bonus with the shield curl,
yeah.
it helps a little bit. I wouldn't call it
Yeah.
a spike per se.
It's not a meme. I'm not saying it's a meme. Getting level 2 first is good. It's just Rammus not known for his level 2 power spike. That's all I'm saying.
Rammus is just here for the swag, honestly. Come on now.
Oh my goodness. Is Monger's going for the Bowson build? He goes, so this is like a boss video that he did a while ago where you go cloth armor, no pots, proxy the first wave and get like a bramble vest, I think is what it was off the first wave, but it doesn't opt for the proxy.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. Yeah, I was like, why does he not have pots? But yeah, if you're just looking for that early bramble, then I get it. Bramble is pretty huge for Rammus. Actually, a very good pickup for Aatrox. You just have a lot of innate healing anyways.
Yeah. And the Storm Shield for Mockingbird is actually pretty smart because I don't think he's gonna do a lot of like auto attacking the Rammus and stuff. I don't think he's gonna be like trading that much except for just like hitting Qs. So
yeah, Aatrox all about hitting those Qs.
if the Rammus decides to fight back and just constantly triggers the Dorn Shield, it's definitely an angle where the sustain like Aatrox will win.
Here you see the power of the defensive ball curl.
Yeah. Nice and safe inside the ball. Or he went too. Big damage on Rammus there.
Hitting all the Qs, getting a good chunk out here on the Rammus early, but it's fairly expected. Here he jumps in with the Lucian, gets flashed and knocked up by the Blitzcrank to keep his AD carry safe.
Counter to the Rammus pick, that was the legendary Lucian level 2 power spike, so there it was. Unfortunately, just trade some health back and forth. Nothing of too much consequence.
He's hitting all these tellers on the Aatrox. Amumu isn't near the top lane. Not sure if they want to look for a gank right now. Do get the pull onto Lucian, so he flashes away and ignites. It's kind of a panic ignite.
He just, I think he was just sending everything because the call was for the fight or whatever, and he's not gonna have another opportunity to ignite if the fight happens. So I don't hate it, but obviously -1 ignite. So
Oh, could be a kill. Oh, he flashed into the queue. It's tragic. Here, Cladan is nearby. Doesn't want to fight the Aatrox though.
yeah, it was a great job from the Aatrox finding that angle and maybe potentially predicting the flash. Who knows? Probably not though.
The very early flash predicts, I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh the
nice
auto
one.
picks it up. Well played there, boosted, picking up the 1v1 kill, but gets taken down by Kid Buu.
Boosted looking like a monster in this mid lane.
Right? Watch out for this man. No one believed in this mid lane.
Yeah. It is a little weird to see Corki go tier first. It is a very, you are very, very weak. I mean, you're already very weak because you're level 3 Corki or whatever, but...
Yeah. I really don't like building tier first on any character.
Yeah,
I prefer having a Doran's item and not getting a tier. But
yeah. You are missing a lot of combat stats to just, like, trade or whatever, because I understand you're playing Corki and you don't really want to trade, but enemy laner's not gonna let you just not trade.
Kid Buu invading on Cladan. Cladan flashing away to keep himself alive barely. Did get that smite, I believe. And now Kid Buu can't get away. But Corki does jump the wall, is looking for the kill on this Annie. Final auto will take it, but Kid Buu does fall to boosted. All the skirmishes in the jungle.
Yeah.
Both bot lanes said we don't want any part of this though.
There's a one more kill for the boosted sandwich account. So, and boosted sandwich Zanipec here is pretty good. I think Ram is looking for a trade, but I think it's gonna amount to much other than getting 3 Qs to the mouth. But
Mockingbird doing a good job dashing to make sure he hits the sweet spots on all these Qs. Gives him the extra healing and damage.
he's doing a great job for sure.
Rammus does have the Bramble Best though, so another power spike.
Yeah, insane Rammus power spike actually.
I do think Rammus will be good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a DC. So
DC
we either
flex.
reconnected real quick or there'd be a quick pause.
Yeah.
Looks like he just reconnected.
Good try, Bully, get us there.
Yeah, fishing for those hooks. Doesn't quite find that one.
Yeah,
It's kind of low down here, but they have a Moo in the vicinity. Walked over a ward as it died, so Lucian and Emilio are backing up. And still hitting all these Qs. Mockingbird having a good time in this top lane. I think Rammus will be pretty impactful later game, just is gonna have to kind of suffer through this early game until he gets items.
Yeah, Rammus' early game always just very terrible. I think him like jungling or whatever is like what covers up a lot of like the weak early game, but as long as your team can cope with like your laner being a little ahead, I kind of think Rammus always like he provides a lot of value or whatever. Because I mean, every champion in the game auto attacks. That's kind of just how the game works. So
True. And even if you can just like jump in and taunt a priority target, if you have enough follow-up, sometimes that's enough.
for sure. And what I was gonna say with the boosted sandwich, the whole team of Night Red Owl is actually very burstable, especially if boosted goes Ludens. Because I don't think anybody's gonna build magic resist at all this game. So maybe like 4th or something.
Right.
As Wukong and Aatrox both have like a couple core items they want to get. They want to get like the Black Cleavers and their Mythics and all that stuff. So any magic is going to be very delayed, and this is going to be able to make some sandwiches this game for sure.
That was a smart ward there that Bonkers dropped. Wukong wasn't around, but he's pretty low with a big wave crashing. Could have been the dive angle, so he's trying to catch out the Wukong if they were planning that. And now can see him if he walks through that path. Looks like Kid Buu's looking for this Force Herald though. Meanwhile, Cladan is looking at the top lane.
my Ramus friend is having a little struggle, but
Kledan does drop a ward over, so knows Kidbu is on the rift.
yeah, unfortunately, if Kledan contests, he just gets 2v1, so probably just gonna let it go.
Trying to keep Bonkers alive so we can pick up this farm.
Unfortunately, if you're in Kledan's spot here, especially in like solo queue or even in like these games, you kind of just gotta leave the Ramus to his own devices, because if you come in and die to the Aatrox, it's even worse. So
Yeah.
it makes the lane much worse, and we
Ooh,
should
a
be
nice
doing
hook there
a
from
big
Worthy
bit.
Dust. The ultimate comes down from Lucian, gets the exhaust out from Ezreal, and almost gets all in. Has to flash away from the Q. Very good little trade there for the side of Rolling Stoner's bot lane.
Yeah.
Ooh, another flash hook. Gets the Amelia this time. Gets the shield down and a quick knock up to walk away, but now have both of enemy layers very chunked. Oof, looking for that EQ, doesn't quite get it. Kidbu is in the area, so might be looking to pick up some kills. Ramus is healed up, so is actually trading back pretty well in that one trade. Getting those items, he's working on it.
Oh no, the Powerball got cancelled. Okay, it's fine.
And then looks like Kledan is looking at this first dragon of the game. Nope, was getting the Scuttle Crab and walking mid. Now Worthy Dust wants to do it, so he's gonna walk back. Got Kidbu looking at Rise of Dusk. In range for the dash. Flash follows for the ultimate into 3 of the enemies. Has another ultimate to use. Gets a Mumu ulted as he ults the second time though, and will fall to Kledan. Corki actually TPs down to the bot lane, has the package. As the Blitzcrank will fall. Oh, they re-engage from Mumu. Didn't get jumped on. Now he jumps in the package, flashes out from tower. But will he pick up any of these kills? Like a no, so they use the package, use the TP, but aren't able to get any kills onto that Corki.
Yeah, pretty low impact package, which if you're a Rolling Stoners enjoyer, it's gonna be good news for you. The first package pretty important for Corki, but this looks like Corki's going for a Trinity Force build instead of the normal Gigapoke build or whatever you want to call it.
I think provides a little more early damage this way, but yeah, less super rockets in the late game. Oh, another nice hook from Worthy Dust, just out of his mind on this Blitzcrank. Picks up the kill on the Corki for Annie, but the Amumu falls to the other team as now Kidbu will be collecting this first dragon.
That's pretty unfortunate for Rolling Stoners.
Bonkers is back to his standard position of having a couple hundred health under tower. Just trying
Being
to collect up the
relentlessly
minions.
Pounded by a Mockingbird for sure.
Doing a good job dodging things under tower, so he's not dying, but is down a little over 40 CS right now, so feeling the pressure in that way.
You a bit of a Ramus top aficionado that I don't know about, or one of those?
I've done it a couple times. I wouldn't say I'm an aficionado, but I think he's fun.
Do you think Ramus ever wins this, like in the sideline?
Against Aatrox?
Yeah.
Maybe if you got like 3 items.
Okay. All right. So at least Bonkers maybe has got something to look forward to. Maybe.
Yeah, because he went straight Thornmail. You'd want to have your Sunfire done also, and probably your Jack Shows, at the very least. And then a lot of it just depends on like how big the Aatrox is. If he's just big enough where none of that matters, or if you can actually start fighting him.
The problem is like most of the game's gonna happen before
Yeah.
it actually starts winning. So
yeah, the whole point of the Ramus top isn't for the lane. It's just to be very annoying for the enemy carries and team fights.
Yeah. That I think just like last game, I think it's gonna be pretty difficult for Bonkers to leave the side lane. I don't think Mockingbird's gonna stop pushing. Those look like Lucian looking a little caught here.
Looking to zero out the Ezreal, cannot take him down though, but the TP comes in from the Aatrox, puts down the ultimate, is knocking up the Amumu, gets the third Q, picks up a kill in trade. Now the Annie is here. The bear misses for the stun, but he does get pulled in and picks up the Ezreal because he got pulled in. That was one you didn't want to hit, Worthy Dust.
That's okay. Nobody important died.
And Kidbu up top lane to hold the wave.
Red team's turret has
The
been
nice thing for Ram is when your top laner TPs and kills your team is you actually get a chance to farm.
Yeah, that is nice. You're gonna want that if you're a League of Legends player. So
Exactly. It's like, listen, you guys died, but don't worry, it's worth it. I'm scaling.
yeah, we're scaling up. Man. Oh yeah, big damage here. Big damage.
Doesn't have the Divine Thunder yet, so with that curl up, you're not doing much
Yeah.
to Rammus.
Damage looking a little embarrassing.
Lucian is around though, so I might go for this. Gonna have to jump in and cancel that, but no, let him roll away. Oh, no, a
Okay.
Amumu back for revenge in the bot lane.
Big Amumu engage here.
Gets the stun for the slow, but the Corky TP comes in to support the Aatrox as he walks away.
Is that the package also, or did you just TP without package?
I think that was just a TP.
Okay.
Up here we see Wukong jumping onto the Blitzcrank, flashes out but pulls Lucian back over the wall with him. They zero out the Blitzcrank, but Rammus says I jumped on your AD carry and defensive ball curled and I almost killed him.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunate, you know.
There, Annie's now top. Doesn't have ultimate quite yet, so not gonna make too much happen. There's an ultimate coming across from Ezreal. Don't quite scare him back into it, but there's a 5-man up here from NRO. So they're looking for the Rift Herald right now, as well as some pressure on the top lane.
There is a reason why they call Lucian a Lucian, actually, because
Rammus
Oh,
Esports
that
indeed,
is-
what's up? It is Euclidean. I was sad you weren't playing your signature champion. You gave it to Bonkers.
yeah.
Although you're doing a good
My
job.
goodness,
Oh, the
big
4-man
ultimate.
Amumu ults. I was about to say you're doing a good job on Amumu. And a big cleanup there from the great engage from Glydan and the anti-ultimate to follow. 4 of the enemies have fallen and they're trying to take out this Corky. Gets the knock up and dies to the Amumu tears.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Very good engage there from Glydan. Man's ridiculous. Amumu is too free and he just showed us why. That was a very big swing. They're almost back to even in gold now, so huge team fight here from the Rolling Stoners.
I think I don't think this Corky build's gonna scale like too well either. I do think we're like pretty strong probably when we get Triforce, but we're gonna be our like mid game's gonna be pretty weak, I think.
Yeah, it like makes his auto stronger, but it makes his abilities less of that just really high burst, you know?
Yeah, he's not like he won't be like the obnoxious late game threat, which is I feel like kind of what Knight Red Owls needed in this game, because if the Corky's not like super strong late, their comp kind of like peaks at like 25 minutes and then kind of just falls off a cliff. So
I feel like it would have been better if it wasn't into like an Amumu and a Rammus and an Annie,
Yeah.
where you don't really want to get close to them.
yeah,
If you're against a team where you wanted to get close in auto, it would make more sense to me.
yeah, for sure. I understand what you're saying, but the problem with I think saying that is like any team that's like competitively and trying to win, like most of their comps are gonna look like this.
Yeah, a nice drop of the Rift there from Aatrox, and picks up the top tower.
Most of them are gonna have like 2 or 3 threats and a lot of CC. Oh damn, looking for the Aatrox again. Aatrox definitely been the point of power for NRO in this early game, but
Yeah,
Just
the
fighting
Corki
big
getting
pick
caught
on
out
Corki.
by the anti-ultimate and actually does get zeroed out. Well played there, boosted. And a flash away from Worley's hook.
It was interesting to see Marbra go forward there and just try to trade it back, but not quite having enough burst damage to finish off the enemy.
Yeah, it's again where if it was the Luden's build, maybe you have the burst.
Well, we wouldn't even have it up, so probably not.
I mean, you
Not
could have
good.
Ludens because you would have built Ludens instead of Triforce.
Oh, okay. Normally I got Luden's third, but that's probably like a personal thing.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it depends on how you path it.
I usually go for Hydra or whatever. I think Hydra's like really important to
Well, the
bomb buzz and
Rammus
whatnot.
power coming through, able to hang out for a while against Aatrox's ultimate, but eventually ults away. Now Wukong's in the area, but Pong says you can't hit me. I'm a wall.
Yeah, look at me go.
Will fall.
No.
Rolls back in and gets picked up by Kid Buu and Mockingbird.
It was an interesting play by Bonkers there for sure.
Yeah, he's feeling himself a little too much. So.
Yeah, he had a secret Blitzcrank in his pocket, but unfortunately, Aatrox had a secret Wukong in his pocket. So
They both had trap cards. One of them was
yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't even know if just Blitzcrank being there makes the Aatrox die.
Yeah, the Rammus skin is actually like the soccer
Interesting
Rammus skin
gameplay.
is a the Rammus soccer skin is top tier. I think it's like one of the best Rammus skins for sure.
Well, you don't want to be King Rammus, just be Bowser.
No, that's lame. Only lame people put king in their name.
Lame.
Yeah. You could just be a king, you don't have to tell everyone you're a king. It's way more cringe if you have to say it, you know?
Now if you're Flaming Beast, then how could you?
There are a lot of kings in this Discord for sure.
Mere Force versus Reinforcement, unlucky.
Oh, okay. I get that. I get that reference. Unfortunately, Reinforcement's not quite as good as Mirror Force for sure.
I know what it's from, but I don't know the cards.
Reinforcement's just like dog shit. It's like a starter deck card.
Gotcha. Now we've got the Rammus versus the Corki in the top lane. Now Bonker's gonna try his hand against the Corki.
I don't want to give the
And
Corki a
the
hand.
speed up from the Milio jump in, Amumu
Big
ults
mummy
onto
ultimate.
3 to allow the disengage. And almost takes out King Busen in the process. Now Rammus jumps in with the ultimate, hits it on the Wukong, but is running in for the taunt, gets the pull onto Busen, he falls to Amumu. Kid Buu's trying to run away, and
This is probably going to be a Baron
might
too.
go make it. No, he gets hit by the Q and gets followed. Meanwhile,
Ooh.
Corki picks up the Ezreal on the backside of the fight. Good pickup there from Mabra.
Rise of Dust, buddy. What are we doing there, buddy? Let's talk about it.
Buddy.
We're just under the tier 1 bar ourselves. Who are you gonna want to be there?
He was trying to pick up the Corki, okay?
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like they were both trying to pick each other
He,
up, and he
he
got
saw
Oh,
he saw
nice.
Bonkers doing it.
Cancel on the
good
back,
touch
but
there.
gets pulled
Oh,
in
no,
for
the
it.
hook!
Can he take out the Annie? Oh, he flashed over
Oh,
the Annie. he tried the big brain
That was the prediction.
flash
Yeah, that was the
predict again,
prediction.
but
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah,
work
yeah.
that time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, enemy did not or didn't have flash, so
Poor Mockingbird
missed.
was
Yeah.
too smart for his own good.
his brain too big, actually.
That was too funny when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if you're a Mockingbird.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, highly
Wait.
unfortunate. Almost gets the trade kill, but actually boosted. Boosted was trying to flash. He just didn't have it up. So really, you
Yeah.
knew what was gonna happen.
Was it unlucky or was it
I
interesting?
stopped on purpose. I think you were CC'd.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on purpose, but
Oh yeah.
I'll let you, I'll let you go with it. I believe.
Yeah. Let me chat. Was it an interesting play or a good play? Which one was
Here,
it?
Aatrox jumps in, gets zeroed out by boosted. There's a Wukong driving very deep onto this Ezreal, trying to also take out the Rammus. Gets him with the smite, but he does fall. Meanwhile, Emilio also falls to the Annie. And
Oh
they've
my
taken a 2
goodness,
for
the
4,
damage.
only
Woo.
Nithros on this Lucian surviving. Trying to be here to try to steal the dragon, but has to dodge this hook or he will die as well.
Yeah. Boosted Sandwich looking sturdy this game. That's what I'm gonna go with. Looking very stiff.
Yeah, he's having a
Yeah,
great game.
okay.
10, 2, and 6 on
Yeah.
the Zanny. Doing what he needs to do.
Doing
Knowing
the
to stand
work.
still whenever an Aatrox is near him.
Yeah.
Big
You know,
brain.
the most powerful key on the keyboard is actually S key sometimes, you know?
He had to look sturdy to dodge that Q.
Yeah. That's how he didn't die or whatever. He's just so sturdy.
It's true. It's actually just been being the protege of Flimsy Fence and becoming the sturdy fence.
Oh, okay. This is Flimsy Fence V2, actually.
Gotta be. Everybody watch out for Boosted and Mastered by
Yeah.
the start of next season.
Yeah, boosted next split Masters for sure.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Here, Lucian, Gale Forces, try to get away from Rammus, gets ulted at. Looks like he's walking away.
Oh no! Is Lucian getting bullied? Lucian's
No,
getting bullied.
He got away.
Okay.
He had
He-
Gale
he-
Force and Dash.
He Gale Force dashed and flashed, so
Yep.
only had to sell the entire house to get out there. But
But he did get out.
yeah,
And that's the importance.
exactly. But I want you to take a quick look at the Rammus build. Can you just try to break down what's going on for me there?
Look at what?
The
Rammus
Rammus
build?
build.
Guy, I don't remember what builds out of that new item, honestly.
I don't know what it is either.
But he's denying a lot of auto attack damage with the
Yeah.
Mail. I assume
it's
that's
even
going to be
Trout.
something
Oh,
else
okay.
to help.
Even Trout. That's
Even
what
Trout, yeah,
says
that
even.
that
Okay.
makes sense. He's providing more
okay.
damage for the rest of his team.
Yeah, he's got the short shoes too. Man, look at this guy.
Rammus is actually covered in cloth armors, so it's like when someone's trying to bundle up for winter and they look like Michigan man.
Oh, it's like a later to kill.
Here,
Oh,
and he
big
does get
damage.
taken down by
Woo!
Kidbu with the ult in the backline, but Cladan jumps onto Lucian, is burning him down with no flash up from when Rammus ran at him. They're trying to burn down the Aatrox, and they will pick him up. Another kill over to Amumu, and they get a 4 for 1. Kidbu picks up the Annie, but the rest of his team falls.
Yeah, big 1K for a Kid Buu there. I mean,
Got
obviously this fight
bounce up.
looks bad, and we're gonna lose Baron, which is unfortunate. But Kid Buu essentially getting a quadra kill out of that fight, so not the worst, you know. It's actually probably a pretty even trade as far as like gold is concerned.
Team's turret
Gold wise, yeah, but then you get the map pressure, they're picking up this Baron.
Yeah,
So
that's what it looks like,
overall,
yeah.
working out for them. Boosted does TP in for the Baron that's dead. I like it.
Respect.
Turtle of the cloth. You're very right.
Celebration TP.
That I'm here too, guys.
Oh no. There's no way we're TPing and recalling right away. Oh no.
Well, you got the empowered recall. You don't want to waste
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta line back up with your team.
It's free real estate for sure.
You don't know how many times this man's gonna go across the map
Yeah,
before he
that's so
does a
fucking-
play.
You know, the soul of Snoop Dogg is in this team for sure. He's pressing buttons, you know. He's having a good time.
They're setting up a 3-man push here mid while Rammus and Amumu both hang out in their jungle. I like it.
The vibes for this team have to be immaculate, though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
has been destroyed.
got Bonkers, Cladan, Boosted, Rise of Dusk, and Ruby Dust.
Yeah.
They
it's
gotta
just
have good vibes.
all vibes in the Rolling Stoners camp.
Rammus eventually went up to catch that wave that Corki had pushed in. Cladan is jumping onto the Wukong, but he'll clone away.
0 vibes? No way.
Cladan, you have all the vibes. You let people make you stop vaping in your stream. Meanwhile, Aatrox got the wave to tower, now it's looking for a back. Rolling Stoners is kind of hanging out until this dragon spawns. wanting to get themselves onto Soul Point.
I think illegally you're not allowed to say "rip fat clouds," just so you know. I think that's cringe. So I don't think anybody actually says that out loud.
Meanwhile, we've got the split push Rammus going on, pushing in this top lane. Might be looking for a powerball flank here.
Like I was saying earlier, I don't see how that's.
Ooh, a blitz ult a little early.
I think. Well, I think he was
They
trying to
are
like silence
zoning-
up there.
They are
was trying
zoning
to silence
for
it.
the dragon while Bonkers is sitting in the woodworks. Got a nice two-man push going on here mid, Rammus and Ezreal being a good distraction for the 3-man on dragon.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna carry at this point in the game. Like, I think it has to be the Corki, but the Corki is like just like a weird secondary AD carry. So
He does have the new static shiv though, and that thing hits from so far away. It's ridiculous now.
yeah, it's definitely good for wave clear, and it's gonna be good in the spot because there's gonna be a lot of waves coming in. Like, I don't mind it. It's just I don't know how we're gonna like win fights in this comp. Because we're just gonna. I don't think anybody's tanky enough to like actually go in first, so they're just gonna kind of be at the mercy of Rolling Stoners. Oh,
Static
static
shiv
shiv
is
equals
Chad
Chad item.
I've been
Alright,
seeing
can
a
you
lot
give
of
me
AP Ezreals lately,
Can you give
and
me an in-depth breakdown of why it's a Chad item?
it's kind of ridiculous right now.
Building the OP item is Chad. I gotcha.
True. Trauma.
LeBlanc
Oh, yeah,
top
LeBlanc.
yeah. I've heard static shiv is really good at LeBlanc. As it turns out, if you just build static shiv and go full AP,
Then
That's
the
pretty
proc does
good.
so much damage.
yeah. For some reason, they thought putting a purchasable 0.5 AP ratio in the game was fine. I don't know.
Really, you
what
should
the
just
fuck they were
build static
thinking.
shiv on a Veigar now. You get the infinite scaling on all your abilities and your empowered auto.
Yeah, just to give you an example of like how good a 0.5 AP ratio is. And remember, it's purchasable.
Oh,
I think like Annie's like W is like 80. There's like a 0.8, and the Q is like a 0.9. So
Mumu was looking for the catch on Lucian, but he dashes away to stay alive. Ooh, excuse me.
the gorgeous Amumu hair. What? Okay, sorry. Is the prom king skin? Is that why?
Yeah, prom king and Mumu. Or no, almost prom king and Mumu.
Oh, almost prom king. Yeah.
Bad for AF.
Amumu doesn't have any friends, so I can't look at him because he's lame. So.
Here we've got the jungle duo meeting up.
Yeah, the reinforcements in the bush, ready to strike. Shoutouts to Tactic.
Ram is running at the Corki, but stops as he jumps away. And we've got the Annie v Aatrox in the bot lane, while the rest of the team are mid to top for the other side. His
Beats
mom's,
Yeah. His mom's a nice lady, yeah. Rox is a good guy, actually, you know? I don't think anybody's gonna get that reference, but that's okay.
Oh, here the tether lands, but then the Tibbers bomb stuns the Aatrox. Aatrox hits the third Q, but they both are about half health.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think,
fighting a teddy bear.
yeah, I don't think Aatrox wins this. And, like, when Annie's cooldowns come up, I think he just loses.
Yeah, especially with the ult now down. Oh, gets flash on, gets a stun off with W auto. Tibbers is running. Gets the slow off with the tether, and Aatrox will survive.
He beats Annie or loses. Yeah, Tiber's the strongest champion on the map, actually.
Now, most of NRO are on the bot side or resetting, so there's a rush on this Baron. This time the Annie TP is in time to help kill the Baron. I like it.
I think you're right.
Rammus, meanwhile, is trying to chase behind NRO from the bot side.
Wait, oh, Boosted has TP for this Baron also. Nice. Huge. Good Baron damage. Yeah. It's actually a really good rotation from the consumers. Aatrox getting caught. Looks like I'm gonna burst.
Falling, they lose Amumu and Corki takes out Blitz, but the Wukong has fallen along with Emilio. Now they're burning down. The Rammus is here. He's ready for the team fights. He gets the double knock up with the flash
Here's
Q.
it. Yeah. Got 3 items. We're in there. Look at him.
3-item Rammus. Watch out
Oh
for this
my
man.
goodness. Yeah. Look at the flash. Look at the moves. Let's go. That's what. Yeah. Bonker's playing the whole game for that one fight right there.
He's done his job.
Honored Bonkers. Yeah.
He even takes out the mid tower. Look at this man.
Hey, Paladin, sometimes you're gonna get baited in League of Legends, and that's okay. Sometimes you just have to engage, and it's the right play. It's not gonna feel good, but it's gonna be right.
Bonker's deciding if you should fight the tower without minions and power curl, or if you should walk away.
I think,
Decides to walk away.
I think Rammus actually wins that 1v1 against the turret. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't find out.
100% he wins that. He just wasn't brave enough to try.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cringe that Bonkers would run away there.
Third Infernal Dragon picked up from the side of Rolling Stoners. A ton of extra damage on all their abilities now.
Yeah, only triple Infernal. You think that's pretty good? What's your analysis on getting triple Infernal?
I like it. I would love it if that happened to me every game.
Yeah.
That's my hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, that's on the scene report by Hailstrom.
I would also accept having 4 Hextech Souls. Or dragons.
Yeah. I'll take 4 of any dragon, honestly. Kind of just got it
if
like
it's
that.
4 clouds and it's like you actually use it, right? I don't know. Here
fair.
comes the new fight. He has the 3 items. They're fighting it out.
Does he win it?
Still has
Does
to
he
run
win
away. But he waits out the ult.
Oh.
He can re-engage, maybe.
No. Nope. Okay.
Okay,
So
maybe
3 items
4
ain't
items
it.
for Rammus.
He did go more supportive build. To be fair to Bonkers.
That's true. He's just a team player.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
Unlike these cringe Juggernaut players. Come on now. Good clone there to avoid the pull from Kidbu. Just trying to take out this powered cannon, take it down. Tower's a little above half.
Wukong, you good, buddy? We good?
Oh, here's the 1v1 once again. Time
1v1
Rammus says
essentially.
it's time to team fight.
He's got a wave this time. He's got a wave this time. Okay, I never
Got
know.
a wave and team. A nice hook takes out King Bison. Luciano comes through, but Rammus power curls and stands in front of it. I think Bonkers really just wanted to play this game so he could roll back and forth in front of the enemy too.
Yeah, it's been pretty effective too. Oh
Took
my,
down the
huge
Blitzcrank,
ultimate
but
from
they
Paladin
take out
again.
the Wukong in response. Ooh, Aatrox and Lucian both fall. Bonkers ults under the tower as Corky dodges it. They
Yeah,
will
that was
take out the
a
base towers.
that was the ultimate for turn damage. She wouldn't understand.
And Rolling Stoners pick up game number 2.
Great job of them. Actually, huge game coming out from Boosted. Really just putting the whole team in the backpack. Did it all by himself, actually.
No, the standard you expect from Boosted.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
fantastic
Paladin.
game. It was very even. Went 13, 3, and 13. I like the symmetrical scoreline.
Yeah, we like threes.
Huge game from Cladan and Rising Dust as well, both getting very fed, and Bonkers having 19 assists was very much doing the job of a Rammus top. So, very well played by them. Well fought
Paladin,
by NRO, but just couldn't quite get back into it once they had so much engaged in frontline 2C for these 2 very fed carries.
I will say on the side of NRO, I think they'd be pretty foolish not to ban Amumu going into this last game.
Yeah, Move's been
Paladin's-
huge.
He's been instrumental in actually winning the games as much as I'm memeing Paladin. he is a lot of the reason why the fights went so in the Rolling Stoners' favor this game. So definitely would be looking to take out the mummy.
I gave
Maybe
you love,
maybe
Dan. What are you talking about?
maybe maybe put him on something that's a little more difficult to execute. Maybe that.
I need to let my dogs out real quick, so I'm gonna put up the draft 3 screen, and I'm just gonna let you talk about it, and I'll be right back.
Okay, huge. Be more negative. I can be more negative. I'm really good at being negative, actually. Just know that. 5 bands? What do you mean? 5 bands. Calm down, Salt. Sometimes you're the only threat on the team. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Rolling Stoners, they run back. Okay, so they're counter griefing with their own Mylio Lucian. I do understand Mylio very good on this patch. I'm not trying to argue that. Maybe Lucian not the pick. Just saying. We're not LCK Giga Brain geniuses. You're not giving me UC, so maybe leave it to the professionals type beat. But we'll see if he's able to make it happen. But Caladan once again getting his signature Amumu, really high impact, and Lucid getting a Malzahar pick. There's always a reliable Malzahar does what he does. And there's not much else to say. But Bunker's getting this Alawi pick actually a very powerful Alawi pick. Alawi's looking really strong. Has been for several patches. So, especially know how it is into Aurelia, but I think if Alawi is able to get out of the early game without getting too far behind, I think she hard wins that matchup. The Akali coming out from Marbra, I believe. It looks like a Jin Blitzcrank bottom. Jin Blitzcrank kind of awkward just because Jin's burst damage not the fastest unless the shots are set up pretty well. So, but Blitzcrank is pretty good against Mylio, I would say. So we'll see if he's able to put it together. And once again, Sejuani looking very good in this game. Got 3 melees to play with. Love to see it. It be having old reliable in the jungle. The Sakali pick's going to be tough for Rolling Stoners. They have the Malzahar ultimate for lockdown, but if Malzahar literally can't ult, I think, until Akali appears. So it's going to be very difficult for Boosted to play this game, except this. The shoe's on the other foot this time because they're going to have to defend this short range Lucian somehow, unless they're purely winning through Alawi's side lane. So it's going to be very difficult game for Rolling Stoners to play. Its signature Rammus? Good. Why are they banning the Rammus? Why are we not picking it then? If it's so signature. Because hashtag Amumu so free, is that why? Give us Rel Jungle? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, Amumu is very good. I just said they should ban it. I don't know why they're not, but banning the Ezreal is interesting for sure. Ezreal, a lot like Yumi, is rarely ever the problem. I feel like banning it's almost always a cop out because you can always just like pick champs that are better into Ezreal. I don't think unless like a comp's like completely built around like the Ezreal mobility being like really high impact, it's really important. I don't know. I just feel like Ezreal's like pretty easy to punish, especially being like super weak in the early game. Really needs items to function as a character.
Alright, I'm back. Good job. Holding down the fort.
I talked the whole time. It wasn't good, but it was hot and ready, you know?
Hey, I appreciate it. But yeah. Shall we go into game 3? Let's see how it goes.
Hell yeah. Didn't even know that Aurelia has blue eyes. I just found that out.
The more you know. Nope, I hit the wrong button.
Hey, this all, you know, just so you know, you got 5 banned and still 1. Thoughts? So they need 6 bans, correct?
Actually, it just means Assault needs a higher salary.
Oh, kind of true, actually. You just double the salary. 5 bans not enough. Double the salary.
Exactly. How dare you? This time, who is it? It is
30 seconds until minions
Night Raid Owls on the red side this time, looking for a bush gank against this Alawi, seeing if Bonkers will walk up too far.
This is this like a 5. This is like a committed 5 top, actually.
Well, they almost committed to it, but
Oh,
then they kind of walked out
no.
and let him get seen too early.
Oh my god.
You're
Assault at
irrelevant.
875?
How are you irrelevant if you're getting 5 banned? That don't make no sense, my friend.
The Assault at 875 is the steal of the century, so great job. Did H2O pick you up, Salt, or no? Or was it just a sub game?
No, he's on H2O now.
Nice. Yeah, steal of the century for H2O, actually.
Well, he's at 1125.
Yeah, imagine putting that Rammus at 1125. Just saying.
Honestly,
you know?
Bonkers after that Ramos game gotta increase his salary too.
And the Gragas game, you know? And, yeah. Just saying.
Every game.
Yeah.
That's my top laner.
Yeah.
Don't drink it.
Maybe this is like a tactical int season from Bonkers to get us to lower salary. Thoughts? Pretty smart.
Well, now it's out there, so we'll know if he does.
Yeah. Okay,
we
yeah.
have to raise it anyways.
Yeah. Okay. You're just honor bound to raise it.
Wow, called out by my captain. I did well in game 1 and 2. I shit the bed game 3.
Yeah, that's okay. I already flamed Bolt or Hailstrom in production chat for griefing when I was looking at games today. So don't worry, he's being properly flamed.
Everyone loves to flame me. It's my life.
Oh my gosh, what a hook! Lucian level 1, big damage here, but burst damage a little lacking. Why is it just shooting back? But the Jin
So
does.
Misses that hook. A good sidestep there from
And look
Worthy
at
Dust.
the salt to bump Hailstrom. What does that mean? Dump. That's that's a lot.
I'm gonna get dumped on by most people. I've been child gapped. I've told everyone this whole season. I don't know why you first picked me. You're the one who was trolling.
That's alright. I first pick Hailstrom next season. No.
No matter how much I end, people are like, nah, but that guy. I want that guy.
Yeah. Because you always forget the games where you don't int and always give value. You know?
Yeah, I'm all about inting, but then getting value. That's my real contribution to teams.
Yeah. Well, you always get value despite inting. So.
Nope, the tentacle stops the bag.
If you always get value when you int, and then imagine the games when you don't int. You know?
Yeah, I am the only non-jungler. You are correct. Because you drafted a very smart team.
I feel like you're honor bound to pick him from the team then. If he's the only jungler and you just pick up another jungler. I feel like that's good for the synergy purposes. Ooh, big
Nice
engage
pickup here. Should be a double for Kladan on the free Amumu.
Link of the Sidwani also dies.
The flash in, Malzahar wanted to steal it, but Amumu says, no, that's my kill.
Oh my god. Okay. Everybody report Malzahar after this game, please.
Was it better? But was it better or worse than the TP to just back?
That was worse, for sure. That was way more
Oh,
grief.
now Aurelius showing back up will get the kill onto Akali for the Amumu shutdown.
Akali's weak here, there's no energy, but that's gonna be enough. For sure.
There's a huge wave this Aurelia needs to get to. You just need to walk through that. You don't care how much damage you take, just run. Get that wave.
He's trying to battle.
For your eyes. But then I hope you
Maybe
told
it was
him, don't you flash for those kills. Those are my kills.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anybody that's ever played with me knows that I
Maybe it
abhor
was a
flashing
misclick.
for one kill. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Maybe it was a misclick. Smile.
Whoops.
I can literally hear you smiling through the text chat.
Here, Aurelia got a nice fight here, away from tentacles. Ah, but the one spawns, and she does get the trade kill on the bonkers. Hobbit missed on the
Big.
fours. Yeah, you missed the fours, Hobbit. Come on now.
Yeah. Lucid always sussy and always self-reports, you know?
This is why Junie's the best Jin player, because you missed the fours earlier.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the game.
Yeah. Alright,
We were
Lucid.
walking into a Jin.
Yeah, he's chilling.
There is a Sejuani in the bush to help keep him alive. Interesting little non-fight that happened there.
Yeah. I think Jin was just trying to ward, and unfortunately there's a mummy in the bush, so... Don't see it.
Big wave here for Alawi to catch. Elio's pretending to ward.
I definitely think Aurelia's like a slight favorite in this lane until Alawi gets Iceborne, and then I just think it's just all Alawi after that.
It also depends if Aurelia can dodge all the E's. If you can dodge the E's well against Alawi, you can have a good time in lane.
I think the Aurelia will literally just lose to W spam after Iceborne, but we'll see.
Maybe.
The problem is like with the slow, if like it's really easy to hit the slow off the Iceborne proc, so that's just.
I can count to 6.
Oh, okay.
Alright, you heard
You
it here
count to
first.
6.
Hobbit's a caveman. Who are you?
What the fuck? I don't believe that Hobbit can count to 6. I'm gonna be honest. Put it in the chat. Hobbit, if you can count to 6, put it in the chat.
Aurelia ulting as the move comes in for the gank. Alawi hits the E and ults. And gets the W to pick up the kill. Good gank there from Glydan. Gibu was in the area, but was not able to get there in time to help his top laner.
Waited 30 seconds for that? Yeah, you were just cooking it. Alright, that's what happens. That's what you're doing, where you camp out in the bush, and cook yourself a nice meal, and then kill them. You know?
See, some junglers have the patience to wait 30 seconds for a gank, and some junglers say, it's not there, I'm leaving.
Yeah. That's my problem when I play jungle. I feel like I'm griefing if I'm not doing something, and that's like rarely the case.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if you're just there, and then they go for a play, you can just make a better counter play. But
Yeah.
it's hard to know when to farm and when to gank.
Yeah. Especially, I think in this metagame, it's hard to be a reactive jungler. You always want to be. You want to be there first and make the play happen for your
Right.
team.
Oh, mid lane, Kali jumping on the Malzahar.
Equal top win.
Ulted in, and then decided to go back for the wave.
Goodness.
Here, boosted coming over to cover his Mumu as Referral goes down.
Lucid just flashing there doesn't want anything to do with that ultimate spell. It's a little strange that we're gonna. Oh no, I guess they get the heralds for free. I was really scared for Malzahar being no flash in the middle of the river, but it doesn't get punished, so love to see it.
NRO will pick up the Hex Dragon and trade for the Herald.
Yeah, and we love Hexic Drakes here at the Valhalla, so.
They're good dragons.
NRO's gonna love the way that Hexic Drake looks on there. Whatever, on our team.
Do you
It looks
guarantee?
like a Kali going for the static shiv.
Yeah, looking like it. I feel like Static Shiv on any champ who goes a lot of AP and does like a little bit mixed is just very good right now. A full range E landing on Mockingbird, getting a little bit of damage down and spawning extra tentacles.
I think this static shiv is probably grief because it's not on a ranged champion, but
I mean,
Could be wrong.
if you haven't seen how far the procs for static shiv go, it goes so far.
Yeah, it just I just thematically I don't think it's what Akali wants, but could be wrong. The item could just be that good.
Akali wants any item. She
Okay,
says
yeah.
I do all the damages.
I don't know, when I've played Akali, I just feel like there's so many items that you want already.
Yeah.
You want Hourglass like super fast. Like almost
Flash
every
away
game.
from Aurelia. Does survive the ult from Alawi, but then gets W'd and falls. The Rift Herald dropped in the top lane. We'll take out 2 more plates as Kibu's here to try and keep any more from falling.
This Alawi looking thick.
Yeah, this is a good spot for Alawi. Once you get that slight lead, you just become a massive lane bully, and you just hyper push your lane.
It's just like
Now
if you're
Blitz
the
and
Aurelia
the
here,
Akali jump onto the Malzahar, zero him out, kill goes over to Akali. Here we have the Aurelia teleporting back in to help save this top tower. Bonkers in the use, True. Their Aurelia falls, and Alawi falls for the trade.
Yeah.
Both the top laners will die. But their
Barrob just barely gets the kill with the Ignite there.
Lucian and Milio getting some free time on the tower, picking up a couple plates for themselves.
Yeah, it's I think it's a pretty even trade, especially with like the Rift Arrow plates and all that. Probably Rolling Stone is probably like ahead in that trade slightly.
Can't catch the fresh air.
But if you're
also
Aurelia
when
here,
Smurf
what do you?
Battle Assault because you've been over there.
That's true, actually.
Another plate here for Alawi. Got one
What do you-
plate left in that top lane.
What do you do if you're Aurelia here? You just lose the rest of the game?
I mean, when you're fighting Alawi, yeah, kind of.
Okay, well,
You
Sad-
try to
sad
farm
times.
up to become useful later, but yeah, right now lane is just very tough. Like, really, most laners, if you're behind against an Alawi, if you're against the Alawi, you're gonna have a very bad time. Yeah, you can try and go win team fights, that's true, but yeah, in lane, you're gonna have, just try and farm as safely as possible.
2, 3.
Yeah, you have to be able to queue the wave safely though, because the Alawi does now have the Frozen Fist.
yeah, proc is.
Nice Q from the Amumu onto the Blitzcrank, getting
yeah.
a kill over for their bot lane. They also pick up
What are
the
we doing?
Jhin, double kill for the Lucian, and the exhaust on the Sejuani. Kidbu cannot move and will burn down to Kladan.
I'm sorry, Bison, but that was not the hook, buddy. He hit it though.
He did hit the hook.
Yeah,
He's on point with these hooks, just sometimes it's not the one you want.
yeah.
Kali has finished that static Shiv rush.
Definitely getting out this early is going to be pretty good.
Most of the team's gold currently. Yeah. If you can't fight the Alawi, generally you just want to walk out of the tether range as soon as possible. You just take a lot of damage if you don't. There's another good hook. And Blitzcrank is here, but ganking Alawi's
what a
tough
dodge.
when the ult is up.
That was the 1 mil dodge there, actually, from Bonkers. He says, I need to lower my salary, but also does that. You know?
Hey, looks like you want to raise your salary there, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, very well timed with the invulnerability frames. Here, they're trying to catch the Mumu, but the rest of the team is there.
How's our
The Malzahar?
ultimate? Oh, canceling.
Like
Yeah.
it fell off real quick.
I think he canceled it.
Oh yeah, he must have, because there's nothing to cancel it on their side. The mouse does fall. dies for the sins of his jungler. The hook does not land, but the Q back in from Cladan. Happy he's the one alive. Ooh.
Aurelius
Can he
somehow
pick
wins
up
the
the kill?
1v1.
Out of. Yeah, he did Aurelia. Mumu now flashing out. Lucian dashing in, barely not killing Sejuani. The Mumu is here, burns down the Akali. I feel like after that kill from Aurelia, you just kind of need to greed and take another wave. She needs as much gold as possible.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think Aurelia needs to be greeting out of her mind right now. But takes a smart recall, goes for the tempo play, see if it works out for him.
Right. Yeah, I think she could have pretty easily cleared that wave and been back in plenty of time. But now Blitz is back again to catch this Mumu one more time with the Sejuani. The root comes out from Jin.
The demonic
Mumu
kind
will
of doing,
fall.
Kind of doing the Lord's work.
And Blitz, or Sejuani walks away with very low HP. Can you show the
can you
gold
press X?
diff? Sure.
Press X.
Just sure you have it.
The gold diffs between champs.
Actually, now after that kill, the gold's very even back up in the top lane.
Yeah, Kaladin's huge, and Malzhar's massively behind.
Yeah. The big Amumu versus the big Akali. And then the Lucian's a little bit ahead. Oh.
I would say the
This is
Amumu probably
E on
wins
the
that.
ultimate. Mabra is enjoying tossing out these ultimates very aggressively against a boosted. If that he had hit, it might have just been a 0-out kill. So there's the damage on this Akali.
Yeah, Akali
Aurelia does now have the Bork, so might help out a little bit in these fights.
Unfortunately for the Aurelia, still has no wave control, so Malawi's still just banging on the turret.
Got the 4-man top, missing the hook onto Bonkers as the split push in the bot lane for Rolling Stoners continues. Looks like Milio transferred over to mid. The Night Raid Owls are picking up the Rift Herald, but the towers are getting pressured on the other side.
Oh, Hailstorm, can you hover the static shift? Is it done like big damage? Or does it say?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's done
Like 900?
935. Aurelia TPing to the mid lane, trying to catch these two enemies in the jungle. Did get E'd by the Alawi, so got slowed as she TP'd. And Blitz is here, gets knocked back by the Blast Plant by the Milio, but they're still trying to catch Malzahar. The Jin ults, one will hit to break the shield. The others will miss, but he's now doing the culvert gameplay. The Amumu ult CC's 3, the Mal's ult comes through onto the Aurelia. Aurelia is very low but has not fallen yet. Flash in, gets the kill, but now Sejuani is also here, gets the Sejuani ultimate down, is jumping on the enemy's head. Cladan and Alawi are still alive, just dealing out this damage. Have the Jin very low and slowed. Kidbu's trying to keep them alive, but constant
like
slows from these W's.
Yeah.
And
Ice
Mumu
Bun
walks
procs there.
at them, picks up
So
the Sejuani,
difficult.
and only Jin is able to walk away.
It's really good awareness by Dusty to cleanse the Malzahar, so he could ult. It was actually like really impactful and made it so that Flight was playable for his team. So really smart play by Dusty.
Good job, Dust. But now after that big fight in the bot lane, it's 15-13 with about a 3k gold lead for the Rolling Stones. Nice root onto Bacchus in the mid lane. Oh, the knockup stops
goodness.
the Akali damage coming through, and they get away killing Blitzcrank.
Mali letting
Bonkers out here
Bonkers get away
playing
with
fire
murder.
and getting away with it.
Yeah. Bonkers should be tipping Dusty after this game for sure. For that save. But yeah, this Mumu still is like really big, but the game's not really like happening in a way the Mumu can have like the high impact ults that he was having in the previous game. Not a lot of like 5v5s. Don't like a lot of like skirmishing. Mumu's impact definitely has been a little diminished this game.
Yeah, we've still been getting pretty good ults, like that one big fight bot, he got that 3-man ultimate, so finding him where he can.
Yeah. Kali goes for the proto belt, so oops all damage on the Kali. Yeah. It's a little scary to go to a build like this because we used to have like no safety valve and like the zone use, so if we get Mauser ulted, we just kind of die. But can always try to play around it.
Dragon does spawn, started up by Night Raid Owls. Boosted is on the top lane, but has TP if he wants to join this fight. Ooh, jumps onto the Lucian, but is not able to pick up the kill. Melio's shields and healing, able to keep Lucian alive and they get the kill onto Akali. And Kledan jumps in, steals the dragon, is now having the 5v5 team fight. He will get shut down by the Aurelia. Now,
Malawi in the back line.
Malawi's in the back, misses the E, so ultimate isn't quite as scary, but does get a lot of damage down to the Aurelia. They're still fighting near the tentacles, and picks up the kill onto Kid Buu. Now, Aurelia trying to dodge, but will also get taken out by Bonkers. And Malzahar puts down the space aids as it gets pulled, and picks up the kill on Blitzcrank.
A really good fight from Rolling Stoners there. Really good fight. Especially getting the steal on the Drake. It really kind of takes away the win condition, I think, for... I don't think this team can win without a soul. I could be wrong, but I think getting that early dragon stacking was just kind of how they were going to win the game. But we'll see if they're able to pick up some of the shutdowns and get back into it. Being 5k behind now, it's going to be a tough road, but...
Need to find a kill onto this Alawi. Hopefully get onto one of the carries. But yeah. You also have like late game Aurelia does a lot, but you gotta get there. I don't know, just the way all these team fights have been going with the Amumu. Kledan is on point on this mummy. Other teams might want to consider taking him off this champion.
Yeah, because it's too free.
Too free, as he said. We got the 3v1 in the top lane, the Blitz and Jin are trying to come to help. So, getting burnt down by the Lucian ults. He gets very low but does not fall. He does fall to Blitz somehow. Nice root there from Jin onto the Malzahar. The pull hits the Amumu, not the Malzahar, and the Amumu takes down the Blitzcrank. Now the ult Shroud is able to pick up Malz. The Tears from Amumu takes out Akali, and now Jin is forced to walk near this Mumu, who is out of mana, so he might be able to walk away. Well, Sejuani trying to hold the tower against an Alawi.
It's kind of a bit of a mismatch.
Not really too much Sejuani can do right here, other than clear the wave. Oh, hello, Baron. Kledan taking out a ward.
Salawi looking like a problem. Mockingbird goes for Trinity. Aurelia. I don't know if that's normal, but I know Trinity is pretty powerful in this match, so...
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one where you have the Jin, who isn't the best at being a tank shredder ADC. And you kind of need a big tank shredder against this Alawi for later in the game. And Aurelia could do it eventually, but just is so far behind right now.
You just need to be able to kill her when she gets low, right? Because I feel like that's a lot of the problem, because teams have no problem getting her to like 40-50%. Just killing her when she gets to that threshold is like difficult, but
yeah,
maybe the Jin like runs out of damage.
But when she ults and then all the tentacle hits just do so much healing.
Yeah. also never really thought about that. She's the tank bruiser assassin.
Hmm. Also, anytime you're in the team fight and she hits you, you just have to immediately disengage.
Yeah. I think maybe Alawi a little strong in this match. No way to know for sure.
Alawi is very strong right now.
I think Bongers had enough of getting beat down the first couple games, so he decided, I'm gonna win my lane this time.
Right. Oh no, I won't get my Rammus. You could have had your Rammus all these games. You chose not to pick your Rammus.
It's making a statement.
Badan jumping in to take the Gromp away.
Just dealing a little mental damage to Kibu, I think. I don't know if that taking the Gromp actually matters, but mental damage always matters.
They're starting up the Dragon while Alawi zones. They'll pick up this third Dragon, put themselves on the soul point.
This Chemtech Drake is very good for I think Alawi and Mylio both like it a lot.
I never said you were a one-trick Clodan, I just said you like Rammus.
I said you're a one trick. I didn't. But
But now
for
I
the
do.
for the sake of your argument, you're a one trick.
All these dirty one-tricks.
Yeah, a Moo one trick actually. Yeah, the snowball for NRO is definitely stopped. So it's definitely
Oh, Aurelia gets the tower, is suiciding for it, but probably worth it for the objective gold. Also get the tower on the top lane, so 2 objectives falling to the side of NRO, getting a little bit of gold back in their pockets.
for sure. Baron's just kind of the issue now. If they're able to force a fight here, it'd be rough with Aurelia down.
Kali right next to the Malzahar. Able to do some damage to Milius here to keep everyone safe. Now Milliard flashes to keep the Lucian alive, gives his life. Now Mumu hops in, the Blitzcrank will fall, and the Mal's Lucian dealing damage from across the wall. And Bonkers has TP'd in. He's trying to kill the enemy team. Gets the slow and the Q smash, picks up that kill, and Lucian's running down Kidbu. Flashes away from the flail damage. And now they will look to start this Baron 4v2.
Insane
Spot
synergy.
lane, so this should be a pretty free Baron.
Insane synergy from Rise of Dusk and Worthy. Lucian dashes over the wall, and then Worthy Dusk flashes the other direction to help the Lucian. So.
Worthy Dust was there to save his ADC, who noped right on out of there as it happened.
Really good synergy there.
All you know is CLG Worthy Dust is a true teammate.
Yeah. No, he will sell everything to save you.
But with that Baron and the team fight win, they're now back up to a 6k gold lead and gonna be looking to have a lot of pressure on this map. For NRO, just really need to get some more items on their Jhin and Aurelia, and Kali's really having a hard time finding any assassination potential with CLG keeping everyone alive.
Yeah.
Nice flank there from Blitzcrank because the knock up on the Lucian. Mumu was also there to help with this team fight. And stunning the Aurelia, then getting the Maz ult onto Aurelia. QSS's, but still falls. And also pick up Sejuani. Now we're gonna have a huge wave in this mid lane as Jhin tries to ult to slow down the push, but they have a full health Alawi standing in front of them. Ooh, that max range Q from Clodan, forcing Jhin and Akali away from the tower, and now they will break the inhib of the enemy base. got Blitzcrank back up in 17 on Aurelia and Sejuani. Looking like they're going for the end.
Definitely the
Another
right call.
stun onto Jin, has to Gale Force out of there. Then Alawi ults, picks up the kill.
Oh my
Kali
goodness.
picking up two, gets the Lucian and Milio, but the Alawi is still alive in the backline. And will hit the Nexus to take game number 3 for Rolling Stoners. Whew. Pretty action-packed game there.
Yeah. Pretty a good big game.
And here we see another big jungle performance on that Amumu from Cladan. Gets to play Amumu 3 games in a row and says it's too free.
Yeah.
Bonkers and Rise at Dusk, huge score lines as well. So very well played by Rolling Stoners. Definitely well fought by Night Raid Owls, but just got a little behind in game 2 and 3, and they were taken down this week, knocked down to being 2 and 1.
That's alright. They'll be back next week, even stronger, and maybe with Kid Buu actually connected to the game.
I don't know about him connecting, but we will definitely see. But
Yeah.
thank you all for joining us tonight for these games. Hope you enjoyed watching them with us. Again, if you have any Twitch Primes laying around, we'd be happy to take them. It avoids ads for you. It allows us to try and keep the league going and make everything better. But catch you all next time.
Bye.